Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Sunday, November 10th, 2024. I still don't have a good idea for the Nether Gateway yet, but I do have a couple of things to talk about. So I wouldn't have had the time for it anyway. However, before I can start talking about my topics, I need to feed this very hungry cat. I think it is time for a cod again. Cat, are you excited about a cod? Yes? Here you go. He's good. Alright, he's good. I heard a skeleton, so let's get the shield out. And aha. See where that guy is. He's right here. Got him. Got him. No creeper around, that's good. Cat, you got your fish. Ooh. That's funny. Alright, let's put the shield away. I think it's time to put the two jack-o'-lanterns away as well. Halloween is really a short event. Let's put them back into the storage for the next year. Alright. The first thing I like to discuss are my vacation plans. Over the course of the last few days, I wasn't quite sure what to do with my vacation. I had some ideas like traveling somewhere, going to Berlin, to watch the theater play and take a look at this collage a friend of mine has created for that theater play. Stay at home and just relax. I decided to do basically two of the three things. I decided to travel and to relax a bit, so I won't travel the full 7 days, 5 days of vacation. I will be 3 nights away, and the rest of the time I will use to relax, enjoy the fun of recording Let's Play videos, maybe editing my Copenhagen video from last year, maybe doing something with the footage of the upcoming journey. Yeah, that's my plan. My journey will take me to... Well, I have traveled that direction already. I have been in that country already, but let's say it will bring me to a region I've never been to. Okay, that describes basically almost every travel destination. So I decided to travel to Italy. I am not traveling to, well, I'm not doing a whole road trip through Italy or so. I decided to travel to Florence. And I think that's going to be super cool, super exciting. Florence seems to be a very impressive town. Lots of culture, lots of heritage, lots of delicious food. It's by some it's called the most beautiful city in the world. So I'm excited whether I agree or whether I say, okay, it's nice, but I still prefer the the boreal outdoors, the more northern territories like Faroe, Iceland, Norway, and so on. It's a completely different thing. It's also a completely different concept. Sure, last year around Christmas, I traveled to Dresden, but the main idea was to follow the traces of the famous Dresden Stollen, some very delicious pastry that is typical for that region. Sure, I also took a look at the nice buildings and so on, but this time, this journey to Florence is really about taking in a little bit of the culture, visiting maybe some art galleries or so, some beautiful churches, cathedrals, whatnot. I'm really excited about that one. I hope I'm not too relaxed. I mean, I'm always kind of relaxed with my travel plans. I say, okay, I like to go there, and what I do at this country remains to be seen until I'm there. Then I'm just going about and explore what I like to explore. I heard that some of the most famous spots have kind of long queues, that you have to wait quite a long time to get in there. So I need to see. My plan also is going there in the mid of November. That actually no one really likes to travel there. I'm quite sure there will be still lots of tourists, but it will be nothing compared to how it is during the summertime. So yeah, I'm really excited about going to Florence, seeing how the town is, how the entire atmosphere feels like, how the food is. I heard lots of good things about the food. I'm even a little bit sad. Well, sad is the wrong word. But I heard of what's it called again? Beefsteaker Florentine or something like this. At least that's how it's called in that area. It's basically a beefsteak in the style of Florence or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but what I saw looks really beautiful, really delicious. I decided to follow the idea of passing out on meat, except for some rare occasions like Christmas or so. So yeah, I think there will be also lots of interesting meat-based dishes available. I really have to make the decision whether I like to make one of those rare exceptions to my vegetarian goals. I mean, I always said I'm not a 100% vegetarian, but I don't know. I don't know if I really like to go that direction, or if I say I'm also kind of interested to try a real Italian-style pizza. So yeah, we will see. I'm definitely excited about seeing the architecture. I'm definitely excited about seeing the big cathedral, seeing there's this famous bridge, Ponte Vecchio, which has some buildings on top of it. All this should be pretty exciting, should be pretty cool. Going through some kind of Mediterranean region. Someone from the ambulance service I talked to said, "Ooh, he really liked that area." Or everyone I talked to basically said, "Hey, that's definitely a beautiful part of the world." And the one guy said I should definitely also go out and about and just explore a vineyard, as they seem to be very, very exciting, very cool to watch, very, very scenic, very atmospheric. I'm not quite sure if I will do that. I think I will stick to the center of Florence, but I need to see. I need to see how things go. So far, I booked a flight there and I booked an Airbnb. The Airbnb looked pretty cool on the website. Of all the Airbnbs, kind of cool and exciting. Very beautiful. I hope it's definitely looking like what they advertise on the photos. So that's going to be cool. Initially, I wanted to go there on a Tuesday and return on Friday, but there weren't good flights available anymore on Tuesday, so I changed my plans, and so I'm going to travel to Florence on Wednesday, and I return on Saturday. And yeah, should be cool. I've been to Italy at least once. This, however, ended in... Was it still Tyrol? I think it was still Tyrol. But it was in the outskirts of the Italian Alps. It was a nice place. But I'm not quite sure if I would have called it typically Italian, as it could have been also... I mean, the cuisine was still a little bit different, but it was still close to... Ooh, creeper guy. Next to the cabin where I like to sleep. So yeah, I didn't felt that this stay was in particular. Can I sneak into my bed and quickly close the door? But will he then? Yeah, I guess he will then wait in front of the door. All right. I will talk more about it maybe when I have made some travel plans. Well, travel plans, but plans for the time in Florence next time. I think I will mix up a little bit my usual schedule, so there will be a Tuesday episode of the coffee break instead of the Wednesday episode, and I will just mix things up. But that's fine, so that I can talk a little bit more about that one. With respect to the medical test for the truck driver license, it was on Thursday or Friday, had a phone call with the physician of the ambulance service where I needed to go last year in order to get examined whether I am fit for the ambulance service, or if there are any medical conditions that speak against it. And apparently they already did a vision test that is specifically needed for getting the truck driver's license. However, they sent all those documents to the ambulance service, and the ambulance service never told me about it. So as I called them, they were a little bit surprised, like, hey, haven't we done this last year? And I don't know. So they checked their system, and indeed, they apparently did it. Now I tried to trace track down my certificate that I have the good or perfect vision for becoming a truck driver. Then I only need a normal physical check, which can also be done by my normal normal physician. I already got an appointment for that one in the week after I come back from Florence. I just hope that I can track down the vision test. The physician said if they can't find it, we can of course send you a new version of it. But I'd first like to track it down and get it from the ambulance service. Maybe I hope they saved it somewhere. I don't know. I was super surprised that I already got one test. So yeah, need to see about that one. It's definitely a thing that causes lots of work. Well, it's not so much work, but there are still so many things you need to take care to get that truck driver license. I just think how bad the system is. I mean, I'm not dependent on obtaining that license as quickly as possible, as I wouldn't have otherwise a job or something like that. But just imagine someone who for some reason likes to become a professional truck driver, and I think I can take those 2 eggs. And instead of actually pursuing the license, the truck driver license, they are required to get some fitness tests, some medical examination. Okay, that's fine. Makes perfect sense because even other jobs require a medical check. But then they have to go to the driver's office to make to fill in some forms and get everything started. Then the driver's license office takes a month to check everything, to prepare everything, and only then one is eligible to do the truck driver's driving test and theoretical test and so on. At least my driving school, I'm not quite sure how others are handling it, but my driving school said they're not trying to get a date, an appointment for the theoretical test, or they don't recommend to take practical lessons before that confirmation from the driving license office is there, it has been confirmed, whatever. So basically there's so much bureaucracy, as I already complained about it, involved in this entire getting a truck driver's license. And as I said, for those who like to do it or like to get that license for becoming a professional truck driver, they have to go through all those obstacles, and nothing really has to do with, hey, I want to know how to drive a truck. No, it's all about how to get through this crazy system. And yeah, add that. So I'm still in the process of trying to figure things out, but since I have my physical examination in the week after I'm back from Florence, I think I can slowly start to look for appointments at I think I need to go to the town hall or something like that to yeah, let them know that I like to become a truck driver. So many things one needs to organize. That's crazy. But yeah, there's that. Finally, there are also some, yeah, I would call them sad news. On Friday around noon or so, I got an email from the University of Applied Science, where I was still in in that selection process for a professor position, they unfortunately informed me that I most certainly won't be the selected candidate. I got the third place. I mean, this sounds really stupid when you finish third, basically, in a race where only the first position really gets something and the rest gets nothing. But yeah, I was basically on the list they created in third position, which is good. It's kind of nice. It definitely shows that they had interest in me. It also shows that apparently there were two people that seem to be more qualified for the job. Well, I wouldn't call it qualified, but that had something that appealed more to the selection committee than what I had to offer. I mean, it can be just minor details also. Or they were way more successful than I was, or they did so much more work in academia, or they got some third-party funded projects, which I didn't get so far. The one reason because my professor, despite calling it a super hot topic, took over 2 years to give me feedback on one of those grant applications. So thanks for that, I guess. Yeah, so I finished third. They will now definitely make an offer to the first position. Only if the first position and the second position decline, I get another chance, then I guess I will be asked whether I like to take that position. But yeah, I think that's kind of unlikely. So yeah, that's for now the chance of getting professor position. I find it a little bit interesting, the thought behind all of this. So everyone who was on the list gets some kind of certificate for being on that list, and for that certifies basically the position one has achieved. So basically I get a certification for I finished third in the race for a professor position, which then is apparently useful for applying to different positions, where I can then include it into my CV, into my application, like, hey, I already applied for a professor position, and they at least thought I can be someone of the closer selection. That's interesting. And yeah, on the other hand, it seems to mean that apparently it's not yet my time to, I wouldn't call it retire, but it's not my time yet to get a permanent position, get a position that would be then my position. Well, of course I can change to a different university or become even a group leader or whatever. So there would be still some room for improvement, but it would be definitely a very comfortable position I could stay in. Ow, not my horse. For the rest of my career. But yeah, apparently it's not time yet for that one. Apparently I need to do some other things first before I get to a permanent position I will do for the rest of my career. On the one hand, I found it a little bit liberating, because, I mean, I now know that, okay, basically I could simply leave that town. Sure, I said, and I will join the ambulance service, and that's still my goal. My intermediate goal, at least. But besides the ambulance service, there's nothing really that would keep me in that town. also it felt a little bit liberating, like, okay, I'm not at the end or so. It might sound weird, but I was also thinking a little bit, okay, when I get this professor position, then I said this could be also like, okay, I'm done, I'm settled. That's the rest of my life. I can now relax. I can now travel to various places, do some teaching, and have fun. But on the other hand, knowing that, okay, I'm not at the end yet, is also kind of liberating. On the other hand, I still was kind of sad. I mean, it's not a surprise. I guess it's normal to be sad. But yeah, I was a little bit sad after I read that message. After I realized that, okay, the goal of becoming a professor is not yet coming true. I mean, it still can, but it's definitely not yet. So that was a little bit sad. That was very sad. So there were definitely lots of mixed feelings on Friday. So yeah, there's that. So all the crossed fingers. Thanks for your crossed fingers. But apparently it wasn't the time yet. So yeah, now I need to see what's basically the next big thing to look forward to. I mean, there's still this Antarctica situation, which also feels exciting but strange. So I need to see what they decide. So yeah, that. We are at the end of this episode. Next time, hopefully some more concrete travel plans for Florence. Granted, I do some research before I'm getting to that town. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. Okay, that spider has expired. Until next time, see you!